And we are live with part two. And this is going to be pretty interesting. We'll see what happens here. I had a previous stream that will go unmentioned that was having challenges with my connectivity to my computer, and I don't know why. I swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. No. Anyway, yeah, did some upgrades and some technology things to the shift plus one. So let me try this shift plus one. Oh, okay, that's cool. I guess this is shift. There we go. All right. And we have one person in here. Thank you very much for giving a shot to the old guy and trying this new techniques with the StreamYard. I was having some significant lagging happening, and now I have a lesson learned, and that is I'm now in an incognito browser. I did go and restart my computer. I reset my browser. My router, and now I've gone with this new episode here to see if I can broadcast for a while without it getting caught up. I did run a scan and did a speed test off of Google, and it seemed to be adequate to carry all of this. So here we are on this beautiful Friday. It is September the 8th, 2023, and we'll go just see how this works. I am not sure. Hope springs eternal. Let me see if I can find me on the YouTubesters and see if I am actually in that broadcast mode. Survey says we don't know. Home, all, nursing, carnivores. We'll look at the lives. We have a bunch of alive people right now, but they're not all carnivores. Not sure that I want to see some of this stuff. There's some weird things that are out there on YouTube that are live. It's Woodster. There you go, brother. Were you able to switch back to the hardwire? Well, you know what it was? I don't think I was ever not on it, but I kept getting a symbol that indicated that I had an unstable connection. So what I did a multiple of things, and I actually put in a comment to StreamYard, and someone or their AI got right back to me. So of course I rebooted my computer. I rebooted my router. And I think the third thing I did not realize that they told me in an email, they said to me, and I quote, well, I'm going to quote it in a minute. Trevor, I don't know if Trevor's live or not, but Trevor said, sorry to hear you're encountering a quality issue, poor connection. Connect directly to your router via an Ethernet to ensure the most stable. Well, we're doing that. Close fully out of extra unnecessary tabs. Okay, did that. Here's number 3. Use StreamYard and I meant to put in an incognito window in the browser. The window works without any added extensions or cached files you may have in your browser that could affect. Skip this step if you use local recordings, as a private window can affect your browser's storage allocation. So, and it said switch to Firefox if you're using Chrome, or Chrome if you're using Firefox. I restart and do all that. So actually, it's working out pretty well. Yeah, I guess. And I don't have the little symbol for Wi-Fi popping up in my eye. I just see that we have 2 viewers right now. And I don't know why it just says 2 viewers. That's it. So it's you and me. We're watching this. It's cool. Friday. Big plans for this weekend there, Woodster? Got something you're going to be doing with the kids or with Mama? Well, I appreciate it. It does look smoother. And, well, I'm a smooth operator. Okay, maybe not. That was my attempt. Nothing like some dad humor, which, by the way, I thought about throwing a little dad humor into. And look at that cup. How you like that coffee cup with a B-2 bomber? On the other side, I have a nice CBM, and it's all from Northrop Grumman. It was a political gift. Yeah, I kept it. Nothing like looking down the coffee cup and seeing a B-2 bomber coming at you. And yes, I still do coffee. I'm not a purist yet. So there we go. Well, I'm glad I got that kind of resolved. I will have to see in the future how that works, because I did have to load in my username and all that and do the code to get into StreamYard, because I wasn't using the cached version in the other browser when I use my Google. And I'm looking at some stuff here. I have way too much clutter in my life, and it's not getting any better because I refuse to get rid of certain things. And because of all the different things I've done in my life, I get lots of email that really don't apply to me anymore. All right. Uh-oh. So I got a buddy who's looking to buy a house in my neighborhood, and as such, he's leaning on me for a great deal of input. And now we're looking at this. So we're looking at the fees and everything else. Hey, he's gonna get a loan at 6.2%. That's not bad. Of course, he's buying down. Yeah, he's going to buy down some points. And that's not an issue because it just makes sense. Looks at all this and get to the bottom of it. Oh, I see what he's doing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. That looks sweet. Good for him. Yeah. So weekend plans, going on a 3-hour road trip each way with a buddy. He's picking me up at a side-by-side. I'm missing what a side-by-side. He's picking up like a motorcycle with a side-by-side or a sidecar? Oh no, in the current market, he's getting a VA loan. He's he's my military buddy. And now he's paying a pretty penny. He's paying up like 170. I don't know what it is. He's paying a pretty penny for his home. See, it's about a 2,100 square foot. So $1 per square foot. You take the dollars first to do. Let's see, divided by 2,100. Yeah, he's paying $183 a square foot for his home. But that's it. A UTV. Oh, I got it. Utility vehicle. Got it. That'd be fun. What if you don't mind me asking, what brand is it that you're looking at getting? 4-wheeler, yep, with a roll cage essentially. Yeah, I got it. I know a lot of people use them who are hunters, and I thought about getting one for utilizing around the quote unquote homestead, but that's not going to really be necessary. I have a golf cart. And we bought a golf cart, a well-used golf cart, but it's a very good golf cart. Got a good deal on it, and that's enough to get me around the neighborhood. Sometimes that's all you really need. It's just something to get around the neighborhood. And in years to come down the road, when I get old, and maybe I can use it to go visit my buddy who's going to live down the road from me, and visit my friends. And when our grandchildren come, we let the grandchildren use it. Why, hello there, Laura. Hi. Good. Ta-da! Yeah, kind of like something you might use. But people often told me they could put my picture in their wallet, and that would definitely keep the roaches out of their wallet. With a mug like this, only a face a mother could love kind of like, well, the problem is, I think part of my family is from Easter Island because I have an Easter Island type head. So there we are. So see, my friend, not okay, an Arctic Wildcat Trail. Okay, 50 inches wide, so it fits specific trails. Okay, very cool. Oh, but that narrow wheelbase is going to be a very easy to tip over. That's a tough one right there. Yeah. That's why I got to do those different movies. Almost every time I get picked up to be an extra or a featured extra or something in a movie, it's always to be a heavy, to be a bad guy, and that's okay because I've learned, and we did talk a lot about that whole age thing last night, and here's what I've learned over the years, so to speak, is that we have desires and dreams as younger people, and then we try them out and we realize that the shine they provided weren't all that worthy of the effort. Does that make sense? All right, you said tell us about the movie parts. Yeah, I did the movies. I can show you some, but so the first movie I was in was a German movie. I was just an extra, a featured extra. It was a German movie filmed in El Paso called This Rigorous Life. Then the second movie I was in, it was with a very well-known actor, not then, but now, extraordinarily well-known actor. It was with Kevin Costner, and it was called Fandango. And it was one of his first major motion pictures where he was a leading character. He had been in another movie, but the part he played had been cut completely from the movie. So anyway, in Fandango, and yes, Kevin and I became fast friends, and we kept together for a while, but then life and things came up, and he's gone on his way, and I've gone on mine, and that's okay. So I did Fandango. And then after that movie, I was involved in a movie called Dune, a science fiction movie, and it filmed, and these are films that filmed on location in and near El Paso, Texas. So in that third movie was Dune, and I was an extra in that, and I still have a Chris knife from the set. That was a dad face that makes you disobedient and say, "Oh no, run!" Yes, I can tell you about those stories too. So yeah, I was in Dune, the first Dune that had Sting and everything in it, and a funny story. So I told you, oh, there's my chair saying I don't love you anymore. Okay. I was getting ready to go in the service, and I got a phone call from Kevin, and Kevin says, "Hey, I'm going to be in New Mexico at this point in time, some point in time in November, and we're going to be filming a movie, and I want to know if you want to come up and work on the movie with us." And I was like, yeah. But two things. One, I just got out of the hospital from a car accident, all my own fault, mind you. And secondly, I was getting ready to go active duty, and the start of the film and the filming time was going to take 6 weeks. So I wasn't going to be able to meet my entrance date. And I've been waiting 9 months to get into the military. So I weighed my options, and I said the military was a sure thing. So I respectively declined the opportunity to have some type of role, part, or whatever in the movie, which that I had it, and now it's out of me. I'll remember it, and then when I'm due, Silverado, the movie Silverado. Yeah. So I didn't get to do that movie. So then I joined the military, and I did the military thing, and I got out of the military, and I got all the way down here to Alabama. So, talking nearly, see, that was in 1994 when I did my last movie bit. And now in 2014, I was taking some courses at the local college. And it was a video course, how to make videos and edit videos, which came in quite handy. And in it, there was a little flyer came by. They were looking for people to volunteer to work on a full motion length picture. And I said, sure, I'll do it. I called the people up. They said, sure, they would use me. And I was the property. I wasn't a property master and set designer decorator. I got the credits for being the art director and weapons guy. And they didn't give me credit for weapons, but I was the weapons guy because I happen to have all the guns and knives and stuff they needed. So I worked on that. And when I was working with the director on that, and sometimes I did sound, be a boom operator, right? So very low budget, but highly acclaimed movie and series. And I asked him, I said, hey, if you ever want to do a series where you fight with somebody, you let me know, and I'll be more than happy to work with you on that. And of course, I got the yeah, thank you. Don't call us, we'll call you. And I don't blame them. That's just that's the way it is. And so I'm trying to remember something real quick. Bermuda City episode 4. I'm gonna bring this up, and then what I'll do, I'll open up another window. We'll see what we can do here first. Boom. And we're gonna do it like this. We'll go just mute that. I'll present a screen, share a screen. So then he invited me to work on this web series. He called me up one day, says, hey, were you serious? Yeah. So I came over and I did it, and here it is. And this is the web series Bermuda series. This was episode 4. He may have retitled it, and I'm going to make sure I keep the audio down a little bit here. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not getting any audio from this. I probably broke it.
Previously on Bermuda City.
Hey, it's me. I think you're right about the location.
That's me right there. I was walking. There's just little edits here, and it's basically a science. That's me behind that guy. That's my handler. That's the director, main character.
Designed to be
and you'll just see vignettes of a really big bald guy. That's always going to be me.
She was,
of course,
just a fill-in. They appointed her.
And anyway, there were like 8 or 9 episodes, and I'm in about 6 of them.
They started with Hanson,
and
were his first assistants.
This episode and this movie series has won awards across the United States and Europe. We use people all over the world as part of the crew and people. There I am. That was a fun scene, pouring gasoline on this guy and getting ready to roast him. Yeah, everybody has to have a hobby, right?
Oh, shit.
Bring him to the facility.
There's the back of my head.
Help! Help! Somebody help!
Yeah. And so this will go on. And, oh, wait a minute. I got to remember.
Hear the train a-coming.
I don't want to show the whole thing, of course.
Round the bend.
And
ain't seen
yeah,
the sunshine.
I don't know what happens where and when. Oh, okay, here's another scene.
You can manipulate reality.
And well, anyway, we'll just have to stop it there. I don't want to get a
as you want, I reckon.
Strike or anything. I'm in it. But it's a web series called Bermuda City. And I'm in multiple episodes. And then when you see me in a vignette, it's normally not working out well for anybody because, that's just the way it is. This is the IMDb page for it. And I do have an IMDb account because I've done numerous things. And you can see the back of my head in some pictures. Let's see. There I am in the back. And there I am. That's the guy who I put in the car to barbecue. Didn't really happen. This gentleman here is a former professional wrestler, and him and I get mixed up in it. Doesn't work out well for him. Yeah, there I am. What I do to this guy is all movie magic. Let's not get carried away. But yeah, so there you have it. That's me, and one of the things I've done, and this is the series Bermuda City. and it's out there on numerous streaming platforms. Has a pretty good 8.4 rating, and it was interesting to be a part of it. And you can see on our pages and stuff, they use my visage because it does. I do have that face you were talking about that only a mother could love. Yeah, the dad face, I think, is what Laura called it. And this is probably the last gaze you want to see to me when you came to date my daughter. Yeah, and I had to use it. Yeah, yes, thought about coming more in your head. Yep, after achievement. Yeah, I got a lot of experiences to be sure, and we know that I'm not a bad guy. Yeah. Can I ask, was the pay low, decent, or pretty? Different things. It was different. For the web series, I didn't get paid. When I worked for Warner Brothers, I got paid, and whoever else I worked for the studios, and it was okay, not great. I mean, I wasn't featured or anything like that, so it wasn't about money, and so it brings me to a really important topic, and I really hope that people will take a try to watch some of these lives that may be able to impart some wisdom, and that is, for us, what's true for you and I, we know the reality of how many people will play professional sports and get paid well. And we know that number is itty bitty. Of the total number of kids that ever played football, a very small percentage will make decent pay. And even a smaller percentage will make pay that will last them their whole life. If you take all the people in sports, I don't know that it would equate very well with all the people who want to be paid for being an actor. There are tremendously talented athletes that never got paid. And it could be because they chose to not continue. It could be because they had personal issues, right? We all know about those. But the truth of the matter is very few people will make a living. Very few actors, very few models make a living. They all work other jobs. They all do other things. Well, I think the same thing applies to making money on YouTube. Carrie's going to make some dollars. He's been doing it for a while. You know that Bill Knott is going to make some dollars, and he needs to. But for the majority of people who start a YouTube channel, they'll burn out before they get to the 1,000, 4,000 level. Or they'll get to the 1,000, 4,000 level and go, okay, is this it? Because you're not going to get your first check till you accrue $100. Are people going to make money? Yes. But it's really important when you look at the number of people who are out there who are trying to make money from it, and you look at all the investment. I mean, right now, if I were honest, between the computer I bought for gaming, but between all the doodads, the mics, and everything else, I probably have a solid $2,500 wrapped up in this. Am I ever going to make $2,500 from YouTube? It's in God's hands, not mine. But I don't do it to make the money. If the money happens, great. And that's where I am. I think we need to be careful with that, right? Same thing with actors. More actors spend a lot of money. Bobblehead. You'd have to put an extra big spring in there to hold up this big noggin. That's for sure. You have my authority. If you want to take an image and scan it, I would not mind. But maybe that's a side business you can make. Yeah. 1,000 out of 300 million. Yeah. So there's a cautionary tale here in what we're doing with regards to chasing the dream to have monetize a YouTube channel. I think that the central theme and goal for each and every one of us has got to be that we're deriving something out of it. Now, whether it's a social construct that we are thriving under. For me, it's very much a social thing. If it's a health benefit, which could fall under social, or social could fall under health. Yeah, we could put health as a hierarchy, and then under that, your social needs, just like that Maslow hierarchy of needs, which really was never proved. So there are a lot of things that could very well be important to you that extend well beyond monetization. For example, and I want to see your comment here, Worcester. I really enjoy making video. I'm sure I've been making them on and off since 2015. Exactly. Helping people is great. Getting out there and mixing it up with people, that's awesome. But I know the most lucrative thing I do is selling my plasma. I started it in the military, where I would go and I would, and back at that time, I was an E6 trying to make my next pay grade E7. You have to test, and there's a lot to learn, particularly in the weather career field, and a lot of really smart people. So they make a cutoff. What they do is they say, how many new people do we need at this pay grade? And they say, well, we need 10,000 for this year. So they'll say, well, to get 10,000, we know that the normal scoring rates are such and such, and based on your time in service, the number of decorations you have, your report card, and things like that, you get points. And when you add it all up, they set a cutoff so that everybody tests. They see what all the points are, and they go down to 9,999, 10,000, and they draw a line. And either you made it or you didn't. So competitive. So what I would do is I would go to the plasma center, and while they were busy hooking my arm up, I would read these flashcards to test. And they would give me some money. And I could take that $50 back in 1998, and I could get a few bags of groceries. Well, not so much now, maybe a bag and a half. So I sold my plasma. Already this year, I've given 21 donations, probably made close to $2,000. It'll be a lot more than I make on YouTube, that's for sure. I went yesterday, got $75. I went on Tuesday, got $50. So when I do some of those super chats, that's what I'm paying with. I'm paying with my blood money. It's my money. It's on my card. I'm not taking anything out of my family's budget. And I'm able to do that. And I probably paid for my StreamYard out of it. So I didn't pay off that until I get the tip jar set up of something for it. So yeah. All right. Get to a comment. Funny story. Back before YouTube changed monetary. Oh, isn't that how it is? Moving them goalposts. Well, again, the big deal for the donating the plasma. I mean, you got to be ready. The numbers I made for my plasma, depending on who you go to and all that, it's roughly so for your first month, they'll give you more, right? Like they gave me $150 for my first donation, or $100 for the first, $150 for the second, something like that. Anyway, but right now, steady state. You can only give plasma twice in a 7-day period. And the first one I get $50, the second one I get $75. So I can make up to about $125 a week, or $500 a month, or $6,000 a year to lay there. Now, your first appointment takes about 3 hours. I have to give you a medical exam, a lot of questions, got to make sure you're healthy. And they're going to ask you questions like recent tattoos, recent piercings, recent imprisonment, all sorts of things, hepatitis C. So they can go through all these things, and then they're going to tell you what goes on. Hey there, Renee, good to see you. Good to see you again. They'll ask you all these questions, and then they'll take you out on the floor. And of course, every time you come in, they're going to weigh you. They're going to take your blood pressure. They're going to check your blood to make sure you have enough iron and things of that nature. And then they take you into the back. You lay down. They say, which arm you want, right arm or left arm. You lay it down. And a very professional person comes by and sticks a rather large needle in your arm. It takes your blood out into a machine, centrifuges it. It does magic to it, separates the plasma, gives you back your blood. So you get it back. You're just minus your plasma. and then they give you about 500 milliliters of saline solution. Anyway, all this stuff happens automatically. You just sit there, squeeze your hand, keep the blood flowing, then stop squeezing your hand. So when you're giving it, you're squeezing to keep the pressure up. And when it's giving it back, you just relax. And at the end of it, you walk out, and they automatically load onto like a Google Pay card. Mine uses Visa. And the next day it shows up in my account. And there I am. I've got my money. So I'm paying for all this IT stuff with my plasma money too. So I'm able to do some super chats, pay my bill to Best Buy, and I'm able to accrue a little extra cash to use when I need to. And I have no problem doing it because I get a great chance to meet with people, talk with people. We get to talk about faith. We get to talk about movies. I've made new friends. And generally speaking, depending on how long it takes you to drive to get to the place that does it, it may be 2 hours out of my day. So 2 hours if I go 4 hours a week, I'm making $150 in those 4 hours, right? That's not bad money, right? That's like $30-something an hour. I'm just saying. Well, actually, 150 times 4, yeah, about $35 an hour. Not bad. It's fun. It's okay. You're a numbers type of guy. Yep. Finance, budget, investing. Yep. Recently, prostitutes. Yeah, well, not only that. Now, on giving blood, Renee, I want to caution you on that, okay? Are you open to some input on this, Renee? I had a challenge in my channel that they couldn't see with folks just chatting and lifting each other up. Wait, I had a chat last night about this channel. They couldn't conceive of just chatting and lifting each other up. Oh, well, for some it is, unfortunately, Laura. It is. Okay, so here's my thing, Renee. My wife, she is an extraordinary person. Even now, she's off visiting a friend who's a good friend of ours who's fighting leukemia, and she goes all over to help out, right? Okay, so my wife donated her blood regular, and she started getting really tired, and then she got anemic. And this is what I read on, under further review. You really shouldn't give your blood much more than maybe 3 times a year. That it takes 6 months to recover all that hema iron and everything. So when they test your blood for iron, that's just testing for one form of it. And then actually, my wife, who got very, very close to being very, very sick from going to the blood mobile and donating every 6 to 8 weeks, every 8 weeks, whatever it was. So we had her pull off of that so she would not become extremely anemic, and we didn't know. So I encourage you, Renee, go do some Googleophonic research, look at from a couple of different things. But I'm very wary of doing too much regular blood donations. Now mine is a plasma donation. I get to keep my blood, and they just take the plasma, and I can remake that plasma in 2 days. So I find it bueno. Oh, with who? Yeah, which just wants you to dish. Come on, they want you to dish, Laura, but that's okay. We respect the privacy of everybody, right? Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay if people feel that way. Yep. Oh, because just having my blood. Oh, there you go. That's really good. You're borderline high. All right. See, that's always good. Knowledge is power, and you know what you're doing. My father has thick blood. That's the only thing wrong with him. He's 88 years old. He doesn't donate. He takes a little pill. He drinks a glass of wine. It's okay. Oh, family member making sure you didn't get scammed. Yeah. Well, you can always have your family member get a hold of me, I'm Googleable. I mean, you just saw me on the YouTube. My whole name. It's pretty simple. I actually have. Let's see if I do it right. Right there. There's my whole. My name is normally in my picture, but I move it down. But that was that placard that's over the door. Right there. There you go. See that one right there? That's what they had in the Capitol over my door. I didn't know it that when I left office that they gave that to you. They also gave me the little placard that went over the desk on the floor. I had no idea that I'd get such a wonderful memento. But I'm a Googleable guy. It's not all good. So you'd rather donate than take the pills. I get it. Hey, if it works for you, that's the important part. Yep. Yeah, family's probably looking out for you. That's good to know they love you that way. Great way to know that people care about you, and I think that's one of the things that we do here. Back to work, back to listening. Okay, Woodster, you got to do what you got to do. I hope work goes well. Be interested to know more about what you do one day, but just because that's the way I am. Was an a spicy mood. Pisy mood. Yes, a spicy mood. Spicy mood. Well, there are a lot of shysters out here in YouTube land, and a lot of people telling you what they think you want to hear, and a lot of people buying into it. That's why there's nothing for sale on this site. If I had something for sale, okay, great. But yeah, people care, and that's good. That's really good. My wife and I were talking about topics similar to that, and in that we all have to have a strong sense of discernment. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, sometimes we have to discern our own hearts, which, quite frankly, is pretty tough. I do believe Scripture would call the heart the wellspring of deceit and evilness. So we need that same level of discernment for ourselves. And that would run in contrary position to what many people say about, follow your heart, right? How many times have we heard, just follow your heart? Yeah, no. I think the heart is critical and crucial, but it is not the end all to be all in conjunction with everything else that life has to bring. So that's just it. And it's great that someone cares about you. And when someone cares about you because they're willing to take your ire and they're willing to absorb your anger. Now, of course, it doesn't give people latitude or license to be a jerk. Come on. Nobody likes a jerk. Unless you're Steve Martin, and he did that movie, The Jerk, born a poor, lonely child to potato farmer. Yeah, that's kind of it. All right, so, hey, we've got a couple people in here. We're doing the stuff. We've already talked a little bit about this, a little bit about that. It's Friday. I know that Woodster was talking about going out to picking up a side-by-side with a friend. That's going to be awesome stuff. Anybody else have anything big planned for their weekend? Tonight, I'm going to be doing some service work for a gentleman in our church who's been in the hospital for months on months, who's been raising his grandson on his own for extenuating circumstances, and in a grandfather's love and in his infirmary, he hasn't taken care of his home. And now his home needs to be cleaned up so he can go back into it eventually. So a lot of us have been doing various things, cutting lawns, and we got the AC and the house is built on a crawl space, so we get all that fixed. And now we're going to go into the home today, and there are a lot of cockroaches and stuff, so we're going to have to go in there. We volunteer. We'll go in and we're going to clean up tonight. And we're going to start the process of cleaning up because another person has agreed to pay for the bug man to come in and do some heavy duty bug bombing and get the place. But the bug man said, until the place is cleaned, well, I'm not going to bug bomb, which we understand. So we'll go in, we're going to clean tonight. So that's going to be tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to do whatever my wife wants to do. Every night now during this week, since Sunday, I've been spending 2 to 3 hours here in front of StreamYard with y'all. And my wife tends to go to bed early, so it's not a big deal. But I want to dote on my wife this weekend. This Sunday will be a full day of church, and we have to get ready. We do a lot of community outreach, and this Sunday we're going to have to get one of our rooms ready for a banquet for a local high school team, the local rivalry. And each year the home team gets to come to our church, and we serve them either a steak or chicken dinner, and we present the gospel, and we do some things. So our youth pastor is an announcer for local sports. And we have some gentlemen who serve as what do they call those? A chaplain for the teams. So Laura says, "You're 63." Is not. It was not like it was with my mom. Yeah, I never ascribed a bad motive to anybody. Sweet, gullible. Got it. Good one. Renee, 3 more birthday parties this weekend. I love my large family, but these birthdays are killing me. Yeah, Roger that. I get that. I don't have a problem, but I get it. I've heard about it, but I don't get it. Yeah, so we'll be doing that dinner, getting ready for the dinner on Tuesday. I talk about somebody out of a I'm talking to someone about Billy's birthday at the Chinese buffet. You're taking someone out. Well, if you go to a Chinese buffet, they tend to have some things you can get away with without too much oil. And you can go to the short order cook and bring them the meat you want and some eggs, right? And just tell them no oil. You know how they like to spray the oil, the fake butter stuff? Just tell them no oil, cook it on the grill for you, at least the scrimps. I figure you could get the scrimps with no oil and the beef with no oil and the chicken with no oil. That might work for you. But again, remember, this is not a dogma. You are allowed and encouraged to enjoy your life. I just wouldn't go crazy on the bonbons and whatever else is on the dessert thing. The stuff that's like flan or whatever, or flan. Yeah. Cool. Anyhow, so yeah, that's what's going to go on for my weekend. Just going to dote on my wife, go do some work today. A lot of church on Sunday. And next thing you know, it'll be late and it'll be a Monday. Okay, what do we got? Massive thunderstorm blowing in Rock Island County, New York. Yeah, well, we could always take a look at the old hippy dippy weatherman. Yeah, there we go. I think I know Rock Island, but I won't promise to know Rock Island, New York. Doodly-doo. Rock Island, I've got New York, I got New London, Middletown, Bridgeport, Danbury. We'll just go to the thunderstorm page and we'll go ahead and do the old screen you beanie. There it is. Yep. Well, I just got the hook. I got to roll. I apologize. But I got to go out of here. So you all take care. I'll see you around the neighborhood, okay? Everybody good? Be careful out these thunderstorms. And definitely have a great weekend, all right? I appreciate you all coming in. And thank you for helping me figure out what was going wrong with my previous effort here, okay? All right. Tell the wifey thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, near West Point. Okay. Well, yep, she is awesome for that, and I will let her know. Okay, you take care. God bless, and be safe out there. Bye-bye. No, really, if I can find the button, I'm going to go. Bye.